Howdy y'all and welcome. Hope everybody's having a great day so far. And take a look at what we could expect as we head into spring. We're going to take a look at whether or not we're going to be an El Nino or La Nina pattern. And take a look at this. We're going to take a look at our Climate Protection Center probabilistic INSO outlook, which is updated on February 8th. As you can see, we were in a strong El Nino this past winter. And we're going to be heading to a neutral to La Nina spring and summer. Now, how common is this transition from an El Nino to La Nina, you may ask? Well, we can see dating back to 1950 was the first time this was ever recorded. And we can see our past years that we have experienced this was back in 1973 and 1998, back in 1983 and 2010, and our most recent time we've had this was back in 2015. Now you can see dating back to 2011, how recent activity shows us that we switched from La Nina to El Nino. We can see that we are currently under an El Nino advisory and La Nina watch. So definitely looking like we're going to be heading into a La Nina summer. And then I'm going to show y'all an illustration here. I know this says wintertime, but this is the best illustration I could find for what La Nina means. Basically it means colder waters down here, which means a lot drier conditions down here in the southwest, where y'all been dealing with some atmospheric river conditions here as of late. Which means warmer conditions down here in the southern half of the country, wetter conditions amongst the Midwest and northwest part of the country. We can see the illustration here between El Nino and La Nina. Of course, wetter conditions down here in the southern half of the country. That's why y'all been getting in on some atmospheric rivers, because low pressure systems traverse over this area over and over and over again. And La Nina is just the opposite of that. It means low pressure systems are going to be traversing more like this, which could mean an uptick in severe weather this year if we're coming into this La Nina pattern. We were in that El Nino last year, that's why we didn't get much in the way of severe weather. We did get severe weather, but all in all, really wasn't too bad of a year in hindsight. But La Nina is looking like we're going to be coming into a major severe weather season, on top of a major hurricane season as well, which I will have a full in-depth hurricane outlook this fall, so stay tuned for that, of course. It means weaker wind shear, which means more hurricanes out here in the Atlantic Basin. Definitely something exciting to look forward to, y'all. Now let's take a look at the Pacific Basin to look at our sea surface temperatures. This determines our El Nino, La Nina, of course. We already know we're going to be heading into this La Nina, but I'm going to show you all this illustration anyways. See April time, heading into a sort of a neutral to weak La Nina, but then as we head into summertime, we're going to be in a sort of a stronger La Nina. And as we zoom out on North America here, we'll take a look at the 500 millibar hiding on the map. Y'all pretty familiar with this map. This determines our troughing and ridging patterns. You can see there's a major ridge setting up here by Canada, and sort of a troughing pattern setting up amongst the lower 48. It's bringing colder temperatures amongst much of the country. You can see as we head further into March and into April, we're going to be sort of in this ridging pattern, so it's looking like we could come into a late spring potentially. Take a look at this. We're going to take a look at our temperature anomaly patterns. We can see here in February, pretty chilly out there, and we're going to remain this way as we head into March and April. But then as we head into May, we're going to start to head into this little warming trend. Still remaining cold up here from Nebraska up into the Dakotas into Canada. And then of course June, July, and August are going to be hot, of course. So it's looking like we could come in on a very late spring, which also means a late severe weather season as well. And of course the Climate Prediction Center, they're taking the average of the 3 months here. They're saying that we're going to be above average for the northern half of the country and about normal for the rest of the country. Of course up here in Alaska as well, it's going to be above average. And as we take a look at the precipitation map for the next 3 months, we can see that we're sort of above average amongst the southern half of the country in February. Really much of the country is above average, to be honest with you. But then as we head into March, looks like about the same story. Much of the northwest part of the country is going to be dry. Much of the Midwest is going to be dry as well. Looks like Texas, you're going to be getting some heavy rainfall potentially in March. April's looking like it's going to be above average out east, sort of below average out west. And as we head into summertime, looks like the northern half of the country is going to be getting in on a lot of heavy rainfall potentially. And according to the Climate Prediction Center, it looks like the western half of the country is going to be sort of below average, and the eastern half of the country is going to be above average. April showers may bring May flowers. And speaking of April showers, maybe bringing May flowers or something or another, we can see that April 8th, we're going to be coming in on a solar eclipse. We're going to be in totality here at the Williams Weather Headquarters, and I will be out there reporting on it. I may do a live stream. I don't know yet. If I ever get that figured out, I'll let y'all know beforehand, of course. Go out there, get your glasses, of course, if you're in the totality zone. So it's going to be pretty neat. Hopefully we'll be able to see it. Now, of course, much of this part of the country is going to be above average as far as precipitation goes. So I'm hoping we're going to be able to see it, and we don't have those stupid April showers bringing May flowers on that day. But of course, with severe weather season upon us, we had severe weather a couple days ago, which was actually a bust. But here's how you can prepare a few days out, the day before and the day of. Of course, you gotta stay weather aware. Stay tuned to this channel or stay tuned to your local National Weather Service. Just make sure you have a way to get alerted. Watches and warnings. Watches are basically ingredients are favorable for that severe weather event to occur. Warnings mean that it's currently occurring. Of course, spring weather season. Gotta make sure you're prepared, of course, for tornadoes, hail, lightning, wind, and flooding. We'll keep y'all updated. And of course, last but not least, some keys to weather safety and preparedness. Just pay attention to weather. I know y'all's lives are pretty busy, but just make sure you stay tuned to your local National Weather Service. Stay tuned to me as I do weekly updates on here and monthly weather outlooks as well. And I also do daily weather updates on X and Facebook, so make sure you stay tuned to those pages and go follow those. I'll have links to those in the description down below. So it's looking like we're going to be heading into a late spring, as we're going to be transitioning from a strong El Nino to a neutral pattern into a La Nina summer. That means we could be heading into a late severe weather season. Now, of course, please take this spring outlook with a grain of salt. Anything over a week out is virtually impossible to forecast, let alone 3 months from now. And I will be on here doing weekly and monthly weather videos, so definitely if that's something you're interested in, please hit that subscribe button down below. That helps the channel out more than you know. Also like and share the videos for more folks who are informed about the weather. Also leave me some feedback in the comment section down below. Any constructive criticism helps provide you, the viewer, better and more informative content in the future. So like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, never stop forecasting.